Xander, fighting. Watch him. Fighting. Does not want to sit down. Xander, why are you fighting?
Rachel, give us some light, please. My turn in that.
This way.
Okay,
You
Xander,
can't touch it. We're on. We're live. Say good afternoon to everybody. Say good afternoon. Stop using your feet to do that. Say good afternoon. Xander, say good afternoon.
He's so active today, like your mommy gave you sugar.
Say good afternoon, everybody. I'm Xander. This is my mommy, Claudia.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Jenny.
And this is...
Hi, Hajem and Dan.
Tony and... Xander is a handful today. He has discovered the computer and he wants to touch it. No touching, young man. Are we going to have to excommunicate you?
No more YouTube live for you.
No more YouTube live for you. Unruly. Wait. All right. Look this way. What happened? What's going down? Say good afternoon to everybody. Say good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Xander. Hi.
Yes, hi.
Say hi. Say hi.
Yes, he's very cute.
I'm too active now.
Hi, London to Jamaica. Hi, Staffy. Hi, Maxine. Welcome, everyone, to the show.
Welcome, everybody. So you're on YouTube Live with Claudia, Antonia, and Alexander. And this is where we take your questions. Last week, Richard, control this young man.
Someone's asking if you can get a lot for 2 million.
Where? Which parish? Take Xander out of the screen. Xander, come on. Up you go.
And you can push the lighting forward for me.
Yeah, we need some more light.
Is it any better? It's not.
No, it's not. Take
it
it forward some more, Rich.
It's
getting better.
Is it better?
No, maybe it needs to be higher.
Higher?
Mm-hmm. Thank you, everybody, so much for staying with us. So you're watching Claudia Davis YouTube Live. Alvin Davis has asked a question. Happy Sunday. And I should let you know that last week we did adverse possession. I hope you're all here for that. Adverse possession. This is where people take over lands and take over lands, yes. And take over lands, and then they can go to the court and ask for what we call adverse possession. So they literally go to the court and get the title in their name. So I hope none of you here have property that you have not been paying attention to, because you just might get adverse possessed, right?
I mean, after you work so hard to purchase your property, someone can get it for basically free by having occupation of your property for 12 years.
Right. So if you didn't see that YouTube live show, go back. It was last week Sunday we did adverse possession. So this week now, if you have somebody on your land now, you might want to know how to get rid of them. So one way now is to give them a notice to quit. So we'll go through that a little later on in the show. All right. So Joy says she's in Queen. All right. So where can we do it? I'm waiting for you to tell me. Is Dwight asked a question?
No, it wasn't.
Where you can get land in? Which parish you talking about? I know Luana. Alvin is asking. How's in the agency of Jamaica? Can you get on the internet? Last week the internet failed us, so I was a week before. So this is where we answer your questions on real estate, money, and finance. So we're here for 2 hours, 3 to 5. So you basically can ask us any question. If we know the answer, we'll answer. If not, we'll probably put it to somebody who should know the answer, or a website where you can search and get it. I'm yet to line up the insurance, but I will soon be doing that. To come on and tell you about the different types of insurance.
Staffy wants to know, I got a mortgage quote and they have quoted peril and life included. Are they mandatory? They won't let me pay the peril up front, which is making my payments higher than I'd like. Any suggestions?
You suppose you can pay a peril as a lump sum, but why would you want to give them all of your money one time anyway? Just put the peril money that you have in the savings account that is going to take out the mortgage.
And then what?
And the mortgage, it will just automatically come out in the wash because it will be deducted, it will be taken from that account.
Okay.
So if the peril insurance is an additional 50,000 for the year, or 60,000 for the year, and so they would have added an additional 5,000 to your mortgage per month. So put the 60,000 in the account that the mortgage is coming out of, and that way it will come out. They're not charging you anymore because it's being paid monthly. They're just going to divide it by 12. So put the money in the account. You don't need to fight the mortgage company on that. Keep your money in your pocket a little longer. Wait, we need to answer the $2 million question. So
let me share the screen first.
Hold on, let me get on first. Actually clicked it, but nothing is happening. We're having some rains in Jamaica, actually. Well, where I am at least.
But there's an update
for Catherine Estates. All right, let's share the screen. Let's share the screen.
You have to release the most.
All right, so I'm going to get to the question about. So, Safi, in Jamaica, we do give peril and life, which is a good thing. Peril insurance ensures that if there's a hurricane, earthquake, flood, any such natural disaster, that you're covered and you can fix your house and get back moving. Life insurance, if something should happen to you, then your beneficiary or the person on the mortgage. So the mortgage company will take what you owe still from it. So let us say you're insured for 20 million, and when something happens to you, the mortgage is only owed 10 million. The mortgage company will take the 10 million and the rest will go to your beneficiary. So it's a good thing that you're getting life insurance. When you don't have the mortgage, persons tend not to have any life insurance. All right, so this is Housing Agency of Jamaica. Those of you who apply for the Catherine Estates, they have put an information update. The Housing Agency of Jamaica wishes to inform the public that application for the current phase of Catherine Estate housing development has exceeded the numbers.
Oversubscription.
No, where's the number? Okay. Has exceeded the numbers of available units and is now closed. Successful applicants will be advised in due course. The public will be notified as soon as the next phase of the development is ready for the market. And HAG would like to take the opportunity to thank all prospective purchasers for their patience. Why don't you just spill over into the others instead of opening back the application? So in other words, those persons who were not successful in phase one,
put them on phase
just
two.
Put them on phase 2 instead of opening back the application. That would make better sense, Housing Agency of Jamaica.
Or just when you're doing it, just let the persons know that you're selected for phase 2.
Yeah, I mean,
and your thing will start maybe 6 months
from now or 1 year from now, All right, so also everybody, sorry, but my sinuses are draining, but I'm still trying to get through the show today.
You're looking for properties.
I'm looking for the property. Which one now? I'm looking for
Luana.
Luana. No selling. I think they had some out in Luana for the 2 million under.
It's gone?
It's gone? They're sold out?
Oh, search by parish.
Luana is in
St. Elizabeth.
St. Elizabeth.
Nothing.
Huh. Gone.
All properties that work.
I looked at this and I said I was going to look at it. 2 million is a.
Oh, there it is. Their houses and lots in Luana phase
Coming
4.
soon, phase 4.
Luana 4 phase 3.
Hold on. Coming soon. Not here yet. But I don't tell you what's coming. 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, and service lots.
Click it on so we can see.
Not there. Oh, coming. Oh, internet slow today, everybody. All right, the details.
Could be a no. Nothing.
Nothing, yeah? All right. So you can look out for that. But let's look at the other one, which was so I'm looking. So the one I was selling, but it's sold out now apparently.
You can look on the sold off and see if it's on the list.
Tonya, you promote the thing and tell the people them money. Done, man.
See there? It's gone. Sold off.
Done. No one has sold out. And there were 2.4 million started. Oh my goodness. Let me finish. If you still want one of these, you can probably call housing agent to steal. Some persons do drop out. All right, where else can they get $2 million? Lots. Hold on. White House. Let me see if White House finished.
That's in Westmoreland.
Yeah.
They still have.
Hold on. Them still have lots in Amona too?
No, I don't think so.
But it's still up here. Alright, everybody, say you look like you can still buy one of these Mona lots. Mona lots. Can you? Where's the thing that says buy now?
There's no application form. It's usually here.
Oh, so it's probably sold out. I just don't update it. Alright, so we will look at. Let's look at this one.
Make the screen a bit bigger.
This one starts at 1.5. How do you do that now?
Green button.
This one?
Yeah.
All right, sorry about that, everybody, if you want to see. Okay, start as low as 1.5, but this looks like it's sold out too. Oh, it says no selling. Ah, there you go. Scroll down. White House is the latest phase of Whitehall developments in Negril, Westmoreland. 200 detached student units plus 376 service lots overlooking this holiday destination with some lots offering view C. Whitehall 3 is located off the main road into Negril. Students are starter units designed for future expansion as approved by the Negril Parish Council. We should go and look at these now.
The houses are sold off. Oh, they really need homes.
Number of houses sold off. Apparently they still have lots. We should check with. They started from 2010 or they're in phase 3.
But maybe what they should have done is just build the houses then, if they still have lots selling and the houses are sold off.
1.5. All right, Tony, let's jump out there and look at it. So that's where you can get lots under 2 million. This is a housing development. So what I don't see, what's the square foot of the land? Oh, 3,005 is a square foot, which is more than reasonable.
For 1.5 million?
For 1.5 million. It's a house lot, right? So you can build a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom house up to all a 5-6 bedrooms. You got 2 stories on it. So that's 1.5. All right, and that's in a scheme already come with electricity, water, and sewage. So you have central sewage. You don't have to put in sewage. When the lot is this small, you have sewage already. And it's 1.5 million. I don't think you want nothing cheaper than that. What else is available? Who else would have lots? That price. On RG. Anybody else asking any more questions?
But you know, someone could go in and actually buy those lots for 1.5 and put up studios on them and then just sell that to studio.
How much were the studios selling for? Let me see.
I don't remember seeing a price. And I can't read this. This is so tiny.
This is what's trying to load.
Hold on. I think I know what I can do.
So Tony just tell you a business opportunity there.
Oh, just telling them the documents required.
How much were these lots? How much were these houses being sold for? That's what I'm interested to know.
Doesn't say.
Sold out. What do they look like?
They have a YouTube page, housing agency. Maybe it's on it.
Well, the video should be on here, shouldn't it? Any more questions?
Yes, we have.
Check the questions. Hold on. Media. Hold on.
It's not loading. Our internet is going down.
There is none of the housing developments.
There's one. Which project is that?
Report more on this.
This music is so like the funeral music. Oh.
They're not giving us any. This is an old. All right. We have to check in with them on Monday and see what's available. Just Baskerville. I know Baskerville.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have any video of the one out at White House.
Maybe we can Google it.
All right, what's the question?
M says, I have property that someone wants to take from me. The lawyers want to charge close to 20,000 US by the time the entire process is done.
Oh, you mean take it from your home?
I think this question is someone who we're talking about adverse possession.
Adverse possession. So take it from your house though. What did they do? They move on to the land? How long have you not done anything with the land? Are you in Jamaica? Close to 20,000 US. That's 3 million. Is the property worth 3 million?
I hope so.
I hope so. If it's not worth 3 million, keep your money in your pocket. And I gave you some things that you can do to get back your property. You can go to court too on your own and present your case to the judge.
If we're having bad signal.
Is it that they have made an application to the National Land Agency to get the property? What have they done so far to get the property? Did you abandon the property over 3 years now? Not 3 years, over 12 years now? Oh, Alvin wants to know if we have anything in St. Andrew for under 2 million. Okay, let's see. St. Andrew might get lucky. Residential lot. Search.
Alvin says it's in St. Andrew. You
Yeah,
looking?
I saw that. Change this phone to Jamaica. Right. Cheapest is 5 million at Castle James Road, Coopersville. St. Andrew don't sell for that kind of money, Alvin.
M says the property is on the north coast. The property is that someone's trying to take away from them.
What's the value? That's what you need to know. How much it worth?
And how are they trying to take it away?
And how are they trying to take it away? It's on the north coast. What is it worth? How long have you abandoned this property? Why somebody is able to take it away? I can tell you. If you have abandoned it for too long, the courts will not listen to you. So if these people move on, build block and steel house, have them family doing all these things, more than 12 years, the courts will say, sorry, but you abandoned the property. Remember, the law is not on your side, as we discussed last week. The law is on the side of people who want to keep and care, pay taxes, live on the land, utilize it. The law is not on the side of persons who go to another parish, go to another country, and have totally forgotten about this land. Don't even fence the land. Don't do nothing. Law is not on your side. Right?
Tasha says, good day. If a land was purchased last month and have received all documents, you have paid the remaining tax for this year, and the previous owner's name is still there. Do I have to request a change?
Yes. They should do it automatic though. Let me say. Last month, you receive the documents, you have paid the remaining taxes. Yeah, usually the tax land agency will put on your name on the tax roll automatic.
Can you call them?
Call the land agency. I don't know the number, but it's nla.gov.jn. Go into the chat and tell them what you just tell me. And ask them to transfer over the name into, give them the new volume of folder for the title that you have, and ask them to update the system and transfer your name. So that's nla.gov.jm. Go into the chat. They answer the chat very fast.
Miss B wants to know. That's exactly what I was saying. HAJ don't need to open back the application. They received over 10,000 application for 50 houses in June. My word!
What? 10,000? Tony, you even gonna do a big development.
10,000.
That's how much people want a house?
It's cheap homes.
10,000. So why opening up back the application? You know, just put the people them over into the next phase and the next phase.
That's and that is not 10,000 houses. So they still have to choose.
1,006.
That 10,000. How do we decide who gets the house?
They're gonna go with first time homeowners.
Wow.
They're gonna go with first time homeowners. They're gonna go with older people first.
Mm-hmm.
First time homeowners, older persons. This is what I think I would have done if I was in the position of housing agency of Jamaica. So I would have weeded it down to first time homeowners.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would go with the older people.
Okay.
Next.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would look at the disabled in that group.
How you gonna know who's disabled from an application?
You might. The way the questionnaires are detailed.
I looked at it, it didn't ask whether I was disabled.
It didn't?
Mm-hmm.
It asks where you work though.
It does.
And that's what kind of work you do.
It does.
Yeah. So I would look at the age range.
Mm-hmm.
I would look at the profession too. There are some people who just this is them last chance.
Okay.
Them if them not get this is like wow, not get. Mm-hmm. So I'd look at the profession as well.
But I really do think either NHT or housing agency, one of them needs to go into lower income housing. Like every year they need to bring out low income housing.
Yeah. Like NHT needs to just focus on low income housing. So does the housing agency of Jamaica.
Whichever one of them.
Both of them. Because none of them can meet the demand now.
Yeah.
So both of them need to pull up them socks and say, guys, We just need to build low income houses. 1 beds and 2 beds, or students 1 bed, 2 beds, and that's it.
Yeah, and let the rest of the market handle the middle class and the upper class.
Let the developers handle middle and upper, and they could go with just service lots too.
No, you can't give poor people land to build house. Some of them don't finish, and the point is getting them in homes.
Tonya, stop talking about poor people.
They don't finish. When we haven't seen the whole half-finished building.
Hold on, break it up.
You need to give them a house.
Listen to me. Me did poor one time too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't no longer consider myself poor, everybody. No. You're either poor or you're in the working class, and them say you're the working poor, which is rubbish. Because if you're working, you should not be poor, right, guys?
Working poor.
Yeah, them love to talk about the working poor. That's rubbish. The thing is, you may be poor, quote unquote, however they want to define that, but you have resources open to you. You do. So if you have your little land, and your mother they are foreign, your uncle they are foreign, your brother and sister help will come if you ask.
Not everybody have people are foreign.
You also have, every Jamaican have somebody are foreign.
Who you have a foreign?
I did have a foreign come home already, but no. But every Jamaican have people are foreign. Right? Besides, even if you don't have nobody are foreign, you have resources open to you. So if you have the piece of land, you can go to food for the poor, then put a house on it for you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So it's not as if you don't have resources. So they can give them the land. You ever tell me, say, me have a piece of land and me want somewhere to live. And me can't go jump around, hustle and get some resources for put a house on the land. Come on. Them can't give them the land. The people them just want somewhere to raise them family. So give them the land and make them figure out the rest. And them don't need no big land. Just need a little square of land, like the same 3,000 square foot land. Give it to them and make them go on, go build. Plus, NHT is also giving out the home grant, everybody. 2.5 million. You know, have to pay back 2.5 million. So you can take your home grant, the other part of the NHT. But look on this, 1.5 in Westmoreland. Everybody at Westmoreland should have a piece of land.
At this price? Yeah.
At this price. 1.5. Because NHT get 2.5.
And not only that, Westmoreland is one of those parishes where a lot of people have those board houses that they're leasing. Yeah. This is an opportunity to own something with a title.
You own your title, you have your land. Take your board house and go put on it. I think those board houses now are 1.2 million for those of you interested in board house. Take the board house and go put on the land. And your land, you have your title, and you're good, right? So there's nobody in Westmoreland. If lots are selling for 1.5 in Westmoreland, nobody in Westmoreland is supposed to own a land. Every family in Westmoreland supposed to have one person who contributing to National Housing Trust who can go buy the land then. Or if you don't come together, 1.5 million are hard to find enough. So not through a big partner, 200,000-300,000, don't it? 500-600 can come together, buy the land and put on a big house on it. It's all about working together. No. You're not poor if you're working. So don't listen to them. Don't make them tell you that. Once you're working, you're not fall in a poor category.
So what's happening then?
With what?
If you're working and you're not able to get to the home ownership stage.
What's happening is that they must spend their money on rubbish.
Oh.
That's all.
And they're not showing the NHD.
And you're not contributing to National Housing Trust. That's all that's happening right there. You're spending the money faster than you're earning it. So if you're earning, take minimum wage, you're earning 1,500 a day. No, what's it now? 3,000. Somebody tell me what's the minimum wage. Laborers get 3,000, 3,500, 4,000 a day. So let us say I'm getting 3,000 a day.
That's not bad.
So that's 5 3s 15 in a 1 week. In a 1 month, them earn 60,000. But here what happened now? The ganja smoking, the substance abuse, the caffeine drink them, all of them drink, they want to love drink for boost up on themselves. The gambling, that by the time we missing off for the side, and I go and buy the ticket them, and I sit down and what. And the games play every hour in Jamaica. Literally every hour you can go buy a ticket. So you do the maths, right? And another thing I've spoken about, the whole heap of baby mothers. So because these baby mothers are on the side at the gate before you get paid.
Really?
You work 1
She don't
2
have her
weeks
own work to go do.
every 2 weeks. If this woman have 3 4 kids, what kind of work she can do? If you have money and you get paid every 2 weeks, you're getting 30,000 every 2 weeks, and you have 4 baby mother, you gamble, you smoke, you drink, you substance abuse, you can't buy house. Can't buy house. And I'll show you that yes, you can. Now look, let me go to, I was gonna go to, I will show you no lands in St. Andrew, the person who asked me the question. No lands in St. Andrew for under 5 million. Cheapest is 5 million at Cooper's Hill.
See, somebody agrees with me.
That what?
That we should get them the house.
You can't give them the land too. If the government can't subsidize a house, give them the land.
Yeah, but the persons are saying that they're not able. They don't have the means.
Them can't
know
find the
how
means.
to go and get the builder to go and do
They
X, Y,
can't
Z.
find the means. They can't find the means. The people them in the so-called ghetto them. Call them friend and say, come give me 2 days, give me 3 days, lay some block for me, do this to me, do this to me. That's how they do it.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you talking about? They can't do it. Everything is about your desire to do it. Your desire, right? Your ambition to want to get it done. If you don't want to get it done, of course it's not gonna happen. All you talk about can't. Tony, take that out of your vocabulary. Anything can happen. It can be done.
Staffy wants to know, I'm scared of escalation costs. I have asked upfront what they will be, as I don't want to be charged the max to have 30 days to pay. What is the average escalation percentage on new builds?
It used to be as high as 15%. So budget for that.
Miss B, that's exactly what I was saying. HAJ don't need to.
All right, so
that's exactly what I'm saying. HAJ don't need to open by the application. They've received over 10,000 for the 50 houses in June. Wow. Miss G says, good day, ladies and Xander. I just wanted to know if you have any idea on how much the property tax would be on the average for a Chemtech unit house in Trelawney. Can I look?
We can look and check. Property tax in Jamaica is not charged on the house itself. It's only charged on the land. So you can have a piece of land. We seem to be dark, Tony. I hope everybody's seen it. You can have a piece of land and you put the biggest of house on it. And your neighbor put a little house on it or put no house at all. Both of you paying the same property tax. All right? Jamaica don't discriminate like that. And no matter how much you bill and you bill to your heart's content, then you're paying the same property tax.
Mm-hmm.
So when the government raises, I'm trying to get some more light. When the government raises the property tax, it's raised on the land. So everybody paying the same amount. All right, so I just want to jump into the NHG. I'll soon get to Trelawney. I'll show you how to find that out. So you're a laborer, you're earning $3,000 a week, $3,000 a day, 15 a week, 30 every fortnight, and 60,000 a month. Let us say you're born in the year 1995, so you're now 26, is it? But you're a laborer. You don't really get your trade or anything yet. Let's calculate and see what NHG will lend you. So NHG is going to lend you $6.5 million to buy a house. Your mortgage payback is going to be $17,724 per month. So you could have worked 1 week and pay that mortgage, right? You're going to pay that for 40 years. So you can either build your own land, 6.5. You can go on the open market and buy a house for 6.5. You can buy a scheme unit. So if they have a scheme unit selling for 7.33, you will get that loan too. If they have a service lot selling, you will get up to 4.389. And if you're buying a house lot on the open market, you can get 2.5 million. Solar water heater, you get 250,000. Now I keep saying, the younger you are, take the loan. Do not wait until you're my age 55 to take this loan. Let's see what happens. So if I'm now 55, I was actually born 1966. Screen.
See if I'm back.
You back on?
We are back now. Yep. Let me see if I can get us back up. They're coming back on. All right, look if you see the chat back. Okay. Looking for it coming back up.
Says live, but not seeing anything.
All right. What's going on?
It's not here.
Let me see. It says we're on, but I'm not seeing it. Can they hear us though? Ask them that if they can hear us.
We don't seem to be on. Thumbs up if you can hear us, everybody, because we are blinded right now.
I think they can hear us. Just ask.
I did ask.
Seeing you guys and seeing you and hearing the chat. Yes. Okay, so we're back.
Well, you can hear us. But
we're not able to see the chat from that end. So we're just gonna have to look on our phones.
We're not able to share. Can we share the screen back? All right, let me get back to this. Hold on. Let's see if I missed anybody's question. All right, so I answered the question about a lot in St. Andrew. Cheapest I saw was 5 million. Where can I source a water tank, please? And who can install them and the price? Where you can source a water tank? Which parish is that, Safi? Mega Sun installs water tanks. They're the ones who I used to install my tanks. Just call them. Can get his number. He goes around the island. Janice Williams, can you prepay your mortgage in Jamaica? Prepay. Prepay.
Okay. So it's showing that we have
Your mortgage in Jamaica. You can put it to your bank account and the bank will take it. You can also, if you're not in arrears, so maybe after a year or two, you can go in with it and say to the bank you want to put it on your principal. So yes, you can. So Tony, they agree with you, give out the house and everybody's knowledgeable. People in foreign, Joy says, but people in foreign have no money. Most Jamaicans don't own homes in the USA. Is that so? O'Neill says, good evening. Tell Claudia to answer the questions. Maxi, Ingrid. Joy, that's because a lot of them don't want a home. They think it's cheaper to rent. That's Ingrid.
It is cheaper to rent.
All right, so TJ says, I'm in the US. If I buy a home in Jamaica without having contributed to NHT, can I buy a property in the future using NHT? Or is it only for first-time homeowners? As long as you don't own a home in Jamaica, they'll give you the house, right? So you can contribute. You would be a voluntary contributor.
But not if you've owned a home in Jamaica already.
Right. Only if you don't own one in Jamaica. Out of many where one, Claudia, come on. When you're starting with zero, you need help. Of course, you need help. But you have to ask for help. Don't you? You have to ask for help.
Or show that you need help.
Or step out and show that you needed help, right? When I started house buying and buying my first house, I step out. My girlfriend Patsy Claudia buy a house, don't rent. It's rent. I was looking also rent, and I called her and said, Patsy, you don't ever rent. She said, Claudia, where you do look more rent, please. Go and buy a house. And I took her on. It took me a whole year, but I eventually got there.
Waste some time.
Yeah, and I wasted a lot of time. The same house that I could have bought a year ago is it same when we go back.
It's crazy how I was little and I don't even remember that whole process going on.
You know,
I just know we were living here, we lived there, and then we moved there.
Mm-hmm. Can someone in this chat advise where I can source water tanks in St. Anne? You can go to Karnak Hardware. That's where I shop.
Where's Karnak?
Karnak is in Runaway Bay on the main. Karnak. Just call them up. Talk to Latoya. All right, Nicole. I agree with Tony on that. Claudia, because not even in the countryside, people not working for free anymore. That's in the past. That's not in the past. That's not in the past.
You can get somebody to work for free now?
If them is your relative and your friends, yes. Yes, I can. I can buy some whole heap of chicken, curry goat and everything. Call a work day and them come, eat and be merry and do the work day. Yeah, but you have to live good with people.
But that's probably just how to cast the house, but everything else you probably have to pay for.
No, you're going to buy the material. We're talking about labor. Labor. Because if we practice labor exchange, we wouldn't have no problem. So me and build my house, you come give me a day. You build your house, we come give you a day. If we practice that, we don't have a problem with that.
So if we're building a house, what part of the labor would you be doing?
I would cook the food. Or hire the chef. More like hire the chef. All right, so evening. Someone tried to sell 2 acres of land for 2.7, but they don't have a title for it. It's in Mobay. No good road, no water. What you guys think about that? No, buy cheaper. Yeah, you can buy, but buy cheaper.
No, buy something with title.
Yeah, but you can buy that too. But you have to I wouldn't buy it at this price, so I'd probably offer them $1 million. But what you need to do is make sure that the person has a conveyance to show that it's them own the property. And then they must have the receipt from the person before that, who the person you are buying from did buy it from. Right? So you must have a history to show that it's them own the land.
And you must be able to find 2 people in the neighborhood can say that, oh yes, he does own this property.
Yeah, the person we are going to buy it from. I've lost it again.
You've lost what, the chat? Let me try and help. There we go.
Internet. SCR, my question was, how much would the average property tax be? Oh, the Chemtech. All right, let me get to that. So this is in Trelawney, Stonebrook. No, you need NLA. So you'll go to the NLA site. Are we sharing?
Oh, no.
Share the screen. O'Neill White, NHG pre-qualified for 6.5. The bank pre-qualified 6.5. 13 million in all. Where you can get a house like that? Only a place, man.
What parish
you're looking in, O'Neill? We selling some right now for? Oh, them gone to 14.
13.5
no, we're selling for 13.5.
That's so many people wanted the homes for 13.5 that they went.
Right.
2 bed, 2 bath.
2 bed, 2 bath duplex. We're selling 11.5 now in Spanish Town. You can buy those. But you're going to say you don't want to go Spanish Town. Therein lies the challenge. You can buy maybe buy a studio in St. Andrew for that money. Hi, Miss Davis and Tony. I've been a fan of yours for 2 years. My friends made a down payment on Edmond Ridge, Montego Bay. The 3-bed split level HAJ rep told me it will not be gated. Opinion. That's fine. It don't matter if it's gated. It's a nice development. You, the homeowners, can come together if you want and gate it. Stonebrook Manor. Operation Century.
I might have to do a regular search if it's not coming up. It's not coming up.
What do you think if someone promises to sell you the house if you are living in? Do you think it is wise to live and wait? No, it's not. If you sign a document that says lease and sale, then maybe yes, and you're paying your money every month towards it.
Mm-hmm.
That way, if them change their mind, you can go to court with the document and say, hey, but this is the contract between you and I where you agreed to sell it. But a promise is a comfort to a fool. That is one of the things we say in Jamaica all the time. I don't know if it's said around the world, but I always hear my mother say that. A promise is a comfort to a fool. And the other thing that them always say is, better you walk for something than sit down and wait. No, it's better you walk for nothing than sit and wait for something. All right, so I would not be sitting and waiting on that. They must set the price, draw up the lease and sale contract, both of you sign it, get it stamped, start paying your deposit towards it, and that's the only way you wait on that house. Otherwise, no. So ask the person to draft it up. All right, so the property taxes we're looking at 372 Stonebrook Manor Phase 4. Now I don't know if the taxes are different across the phases. I don't think so though. But Tony's gonna tell you now. All right, answer all of them.
No, I have more.
Mitzi says, or go ahead and seek a place. Yes, go ahead and seek a place, Mitzi. By the time I'm ready to sell you that place, maybe the price of all gone up and you can't afford it. I'm yet to see a tenant buy a property that they live in.
8,650. Person just got their house.
Just got this house. All right, so that's a property tax for Stonebrook Manor. So if you're on that side, that's roughly a property tax amount, right?
Mm-hmm.
As I was saying, we have sold lots of properties.
And this is per year. This is a good price.
Where tenants have been in. And have we ever sold a property where the tenant bought it?
No. They always said they're going to, and then
they can't afford it.
Yeah.
Because the rent is usually cheaper than the mortgage.
I know, like this gentleman in Waterford.
The baby's away.
He's up here?
Yeah, he's in his crib. I'll get him, Tony. Richard. I'll call Richard. All right, 1 second, everybody. Tony just have to pick up Xander. All right, so the questioning. Oh, hi, Devon. Hi. Thanks for joining. Did we get to view the West Isle development in Little London? No, we haven't been to Westmoreland. We need to go because now we're thinking of looking at White House as well. Let me get my pen. So we need to go to Westmoreland. Tony, somebody's asking us about West Isle. We haven't been there. We need to go look at that one.
It's a new development?
Yeah, West Isle in Little London. And we said we were going to White House.
Oh, so we have to do it before the next live.
They're in the same vicinity, I think. But this is south, yeah.
This looks like a Saturday drive out.
Next question. Natasha, we didn't get to go down there. West Isle. We need to look it up. O'Neill. Auntie Dead leave it for him. He paid the tax on it. He over 2020 on it. People here say it is him Auntie Dead leave, if true.
What?
Has he done a probate? He has to show you the probate. You can't buy it from him, O'Neill, unless he has. So the Auntie Dead leave it for him. Yes. Did she write a will? If she didn't write a will, then he goes to the court and do administration with a will and gets a probate that it is his. Now, him is a nephew. Did the auntie have any children?
Mhm.
Because if she had children, those are the children who are entitled,
Right, because if I have kids and I
irrespective.
leave land for Xander, then
Mhm.
my kids could claim
Your
unless
kids
I've
can
left something else for them in the will.
in the will, yeah. Your kids can say, no, no, no. Tony was senile when she write that will. That will not when stand.
Or there's some broke bad kids and only Xander took care of me.
You know? Would you date someone that is in a lesser position than you? Oh my God, wait. It's a dating show.
Let's break it down. In a lesser position than you. What does that mean?
What does that mean? Who asked the question? Dwayne.
Is the position temporarily or permanent?
Yeah.
Because it could be that they just lose their job, so they're in a lesser position than you know because they're jobless, right?
But lesser position mean what? Them earning less? Them ambition less?
Right. They're
What?
from the ghetto while you're from the Upper East Side. What?
What's
the lesser position they're in?
Yeah, you have to tell us, Dwayne.
And if you're not the position that they're in now, you need to look at is what they're doing actively to get out of the position.
Yeah,
you
it's
need to
not
know their ambition level.
Yeah, it's not where them is now, but it's where them going. So and not just talk. People get up every day and talk. Oh, I want to have Benz. Oh, I want to own 10 houses. Oh, I want 6 degrees and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But are they actively pursuing the dream? Are they actively applying for schools? Applying for better jobs? Are they doing anything of that like that?
Are they starting their own business? What they're doing?
What they're doing. So tell us, Dwayne. Tell us.
Do they have money in their bank account saving?
Do they save money from the
lesser position that they're in?
Because I can tell you, if you can't save money from a lesser position, guys, you will not be able to save. Even let me get $1 million amount right now. Yeah. You won't save a penny. You will spend all of it because it's really the discipline, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Earning. He says. All right. Ben says. Hold on. Did I miss a question? Good evening, ladies. A pleasure listening to you all. I'm also interested in the West Isles in Westmoreland. You are, or I need to get there then. Favored STEM. Is there any update on Shooters Hill development? No, they haven't brought it out yet. As a matter of fact, it's off the screen.
It's there.
Is there? Oh, I didn't see
That's coming.
Even the Shooters Hill. They could have put the people over onto Shooters Hill. Those who apply. Mm-hmm. Ben's Ferron. Good day, ladies. Question. Is there any way you can purchase a house for someone that is living overseas, but the house is in Jamaica, but the owner can't come down now, but I can't wait? So is there any way? Yes, you can, Benz. You can purchase a house in Jamaica from anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
You need a TRN. You need a lawyer, a competent lawyer to handle the monies for you. And you need somebody to look at the property. So if you see me selling a property and you want it, yes, you can. You buying cash? You say Benz Ferrant. You must have buy cash. Mm-hmm. You have my favorite name, Benz. Dwayne, earning less. Dwayne, I'm going to answer you personally, and then Tony will answer you personally. Tony's views may not be my views. I've never dated anyone who earns less than me. Never, never, never. And I don't want to start now. I would never start now, right? You have to be earning more than me. Mm-hmm. Why you have to be earning more? For me personally, my philosophy is that the man is in charge and he's to take care of his family. If he's unable to do that, take care of his family financially, security-wise and everything, then I don't think so. That he wouldn't be for me personally. I'm old school. I really do believe that the man is head of the household, and to be head of the household, there are certain responsibilities that will fall to you, not me. Me is just backup, just brought up, just maybe a different kind of luxury that you could enjoy with an income that I would bring in. But for the 100% of it, you, the man, must be able to pay whatever rent, mortgage,
the person is a man,
utilities is doing. You must be able to do all of that.
But in most cultures,
hold on. You're going to answer from your personal perspective. Don't tell me about most cultures.
But I agree with you.
Oh, you agree with me? Well, you're gonna tell them why. I'm telling them why. And I don't know. I just don't. I'm from, as I say, I'm from the old school kind of thing, you know. Even though my father never wanted to take us on all of that, when we did live together, he was the main breadwinner.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never been in a position where I've dated a man that earns less than me, because personally, ladies, and this is me, I am happier, I feel better when the man earns more than me, right? I have more advantages. I don't have to work as hard. That's one of the advantages for sure. All right, Tony, you tell them why.
I think it's only in the black culture, well, when men say they're trying to figure out if she should date a woman who earns less than them. In other cultures, most of the time the woman is at home taking care of the house and the children. So she has zero income to bring to this household. And the man knows that at the end of the day, it stops with him and he needs to provide.
Right.
So the question of whether or not she's earning less is not a question to be asked. It's a question of whether or not she'd make a good wife, she'd make a good mother, she'd make a good partner to you.
Yeah. She should come as an asset to you.
Yeah.
You know, in whatever way. That is the question, because she could be earning more and she's no asset to you.
Exactly. She's more stressed.
Yeah.
So she's like, why you not earning enough?
Yeah, why not earning, right? The truth is that in our culture, the women have been forced to go out to work to take care of children.
Mm-hmm.
The men don't step up to the plate, and we have a serious challenge. We have people in this country who work 12 hours every day. I mean, literally 12 hours every day.
Mm-hmm.
When they're leaving their homes, the children are asleep. When they get home, the children are asleep. What time does a woman who's working 12 hours a day to help a man pay light bill, pay water? How does she take care of her children? How? And this is why we have so many problems with our children, because they don't have that person in the household who has the time, you know, and the energy
to take energy to raise children.
Don't take energy. I remember Alexander. So he's at the stage since they have had to lock the door on him because he wants to follow me all over the house. I said, guys, you keep him in this room. So that's where we're coming from. Doing. Oh, he says earning less. Mm-hmm. Definitely not. So, this Miss B says you can marry that person potential. Are you serious about now?
You can marry potential, man. But it depends. Not at mom's age.
Not at
maybe at my sister's age, she can marry somebody in potential who's in college, who in their first job, and you can see where, oh yeah, this career and these choices will elevate the person in the future. But a man at 50, all his potential is gone if 55, he's not earning.
55, 60. When is he going to
earn the potential?
Yeah, I'm going to win the lotto. All right. Out of many, we are one. You guys should be teaching a course. Your knowledge is valuable, period. And I have learned so much from you. Love you guys. Thank you so much. I need to come back with a question. No, you got nothing for it. Only the tax paper. And he is paying now with her name on his name on the tax paper. No, that's not going to work. He would have to go and try and get an adverse possession to say him own it. Or he gets her will that she made. Mm-hmm. She never make a will. Him go administration without will. And pray that the children don't contest it. Or him can go adverse possession. He might stand a better chance adverse possession. So if he's living on the property for over 12 years, undisturbed, nobody give him a notice to move or anything, then him can probably get it, right, Tony?
But he wants to sell it, so he don't really want it.
He don't want it, yeah, he want to sell it. The money he want. Dr. and Sean Fields Wallace. Hi, Doc.
Can you read it?
My eyes were good a while ago. Now them failing me. Hold on. Let me just hold this up a little.
The light in the room dim.
Yeah, the light. All right. Hello, ladies. Not sure if I missed the answer to this. My husband is Jamaican and wants to return. So he wants to either build or purchase. How can we finance from the US? We need a mortgage. Oh, that's easy, Doc. Give them the mortgage link, Tony. And
they said they're retired?
No. Her husband is Jamaican and he wants to return. So in Jamaica, you're in good luck because we also give loans to foreigners. Isn't that excellent, everybody?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just Jamaicans we give loans to, we give loans to foreigners. So if your husband or wife is not a Jamaican, you can still join with them and get a loan here.
And not only that, our rates for foreigners is not that far from our rates for Jamaicans.
Yeah. So my husband, yes. So yes, Tony's putting the mortgage link now.
Mm-hmm.
She has given me the link for VMBS. Give her a link for Jamaica National as well.
Yeah, that's there.
Jamaica National. So I'm kind of biased to Jamaica National. Them give me enough loan. All right. Where can I find the valuation number to find the property tax info? Oh, Tony. You have to go back to the NLA site so that we can show her.
Okay, so you're here.
So O'Neill, you can go buy one of housing agency of Jamaica houses, man. 14 million, 18 million, 14. Am I saying the right number? Somebody remind me, how much are HAJ houses up in Edmond Ridge? You can buy one of those, O'Neill. You're looking land, but I don't know your budget. That's the thing. Noble girl, this is yesteryear thinking, Claudia. And I can't stay there. The new age thinking is what get us here, so.
I know.
The new age thinking with only single mothers in households that them cannot manage,
Mm-hmm.
right? With
women belittling their men.
Yeah, women belittling them men because them not feel like them equal or up to them.
I mean, why are you with him if you don't think he's equal?
You know, and can't and because him can't provide to them, a cost them out.
Mm-hmm.
What this can buy? You think this can buy nothing?
And chances are he would have probably been better off with a different woman.
He would have been a woman who him can actually support. So and the noble girl, that today's thinking that we have gotten our boys in prison because there's no father. Mothers cannot manage, right?
Not only that,
smoking ganja all over the place and have them pants down on them knee. New age thinking has gotten us there.
But I hate saying this out loud, but we are pushing the men out of jobs.
Us women are pushing the men out of jobs. And them not staying long enough in school. So
we're outpacing them from kindergarten come straight up.
Straight up. You know, in Jamaica, if they did not reserve spots in the high schools for the boys, I mean reserving the guys.
Yeah, the co-ed schools she's talking about.
Yeah, the co-ed schools. The mother said, listen, we need at least 40 to 50% to be boys in these schools. You see, if them never do that, guys, no boy picnic with another our co-ed schools. Them would have passed the exam to get there. You understand? The girls would have outrun them.
No, they would have passed, but they wouldn't have passed as well. So the girls would have taken the spots.
Yeah, man. So what you call pass? They wouldn't pass as well. So now I get 50%.
No, so like if the girls are going campion, the girls are getting 100%, 90%. The boys are probably getting 85%, 89% to go to the same school as the girls.
The same school, so they wouldn't end up at campion. Because the girls then would have taken all of the spot then. We're outpacing them. Gentlemen, you need to step up and stop. To be a man, men don't look at the other nations. That's what you need to do. Look at the Chinese, look at the Indians. They're fully support their women and their children, right?
You know, a show I love to watch is HGTV, all the different renovation shows. Mm-hmm. And I'm always surprised that when the white couples, Indian couples, Hispanic couples, it's always the husband's working and the mom's home with 3 or 4 children, mm-hmm. right? And they want to renovate because mom needs more space and a nicer kitchen and everything, right? Mm-hmm. On the few occasions that a black family is on, right? Mm-hmm. It's always a single mother with 3 children working and she wants to improve her home or something mm-hmm. like that. It's hardly a couple
with a man.
Hardly. And the mom is always working. The wife, she's always working. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen one where the black mother is at home taking care of the children, and that is her sole responsibility.
Yeah.
Always working.
They out here, the Indians, their wives don't work. Mm-hmm. They're taken care of. So why is it we have to be busting our shut and spoil up with beauty on top of it? That is what knocked me out now. I spoil up with cuteness. Figure out there a bus we shut. For the work in the office, work when we come home, work other places where you know what me I talk about. Tell me about. All right, so Nova Girl. No, yeah, Nova Girl, as you always talking. Nova Girl, think about yesterday you're thinking. Besides, get back to the Bible stories. It is the men who were in charge and who took care of their families.
Mm-hmm.
And we all love to read the Bible, so get back to that.
Get back to practicing.
Get back to practicing it and to the basics. Women were there as support roles. That's why God did build Eve. Any update on Colbert Castle? No, I don't know about Colbert Castle. You have to go to the Chemtech website. Favorite Stern Colbert Castle development. I know what you're talking, but I don't know anything about it. Hi, Claudia and Tony. I'm from Monica. Hi, Monica. Denise, old school ideas is a huge contributor to violence against women. Is that so? That's what you think? A huge contributor to violence against women?
Well, it was in some instances. Women were taken advantage of, by men.
You know, I've always dated men who had money, and I can't say any of them ever took any advantage of me.
It was the other way around.
Or me more take advantage of them.
The poor men.
I can't say. I mean, me are the one who are going to take advantage of you. Sometimes I have a mismatch too.
Mm-hmm.
In personality and in expectations.
I think
the woman have whole heap of expectations and want this from the man, and he's just not able to come up to the plate.
Right. And I think sometimes too, I think you loved purposefully, so you always knew what you wanted in the relationship and how to steer it in that direction. And I think some people don't know what they want, so they end up unsure and unhappy because what they're trying to achieve from this relationship cannot be achieved because of the person you're working with.
Yeah, cannot be achieved. You have to know the strengths and the weaknesses of the man, or even your children. You have to know them strengths and weaknesses. So sometimes what you're trying to extract from this relationship is just not there. Mm-hmm. You understand? It's just not there. And then at some point too, people don't recognize, when do I cut this off?
Extracted enough.
Yeah. When do I cut this off? When is this not working? You know, I may just need to move on. Mm-hmm. Instead of start the fighting and the fussing and the...
Oh, I love this quote. Staffy says, I'd love to be taken care of by a husband, but the quality of some men is so low these days. Exactly. I'm better off on my own.
Exactly. I agree.
What mommy has this saying, I can be poor by myself.
Yes.
I don't need a man to bring me into portal.
Right. Guys, don't need a man to bring. So like me now, I go date a man poor than me. I'm going to bring me in a portal with him. Because when him see me I drive my Benz now, Claudia want me for drive the Benz. And before you know it is a big fuss, him I take my key and me upset, more I go somewhere, him gone somewhere else with my car, and me can't get my car or whatever.
Not only that too, wait till him ask draw out him hand for gas money.
Yeah. Or something happened to the Benz. Something happened to the Benz. And the Benz in tire. Oh please. No.
What's the other question?
No, if he started out with me, working towards with me, right? Mm-hmm. Like as I said, Rachel age now, 25. You meet somebody, you see the potential, work together, the two of them stepping up together in life. Fine, that's good, but not the other way around.
Yeah. Like I love watching this show on TV called Fixer Upper with Joanna and Chip Gaines. And obviously she's the brains of the operation. Right. But he's a good trooper. You know, he works along with her, he does everything, and he realizes that go baby, and and really motivates her.
He works hard, he motivates her. And he, of course, he can share in everything that they have achieved because he has worked side by side with this lady. He don't go nowhere. So you can't just step in now when people have it and you expect that.
I know, like there's this saying that he always says. He says, I saw her and I hitched my wagon to a good horse. That's what he always says.
He say make a good decision. Yeah. See the potential of them say, you know something? She can make she carry me with her.
Right. And he says when he met her, she was just working in her dad's tire shop. Right. And he came to buy tires for his vehicle and he saw her and he's like, yes.
Right.
He saw the potential.
He saw the potential and him just start work with her, never work against her, work with her.
And he plays a good support role. He knows his position and he plays it well.
Yeah, plays it well. Okay, out of many, we are one. I agree with your point, Claudia. The man must be the earner, even if I make more. Yes. Yes. Big up out of many where I want. Same way. Thumbs up. All right. Awesome. He's going to be so excited. He's going to be excited, are you too? You know, you are excited too, right? Because you're going to get to come here and live. Both of you join and get the house, right? So Ben's, me again, Miss Claudia. You got the question wrong. It's I am in JA, but the homeowner is in the States. But I'm wondering if I could buy it with them without them coming down. Could the paperwork be sent to them? Yes. You just need a lawyer, a competent lawyer, who will draft the agreement. You sign it, pay your deposit, then the lawyer will send it over to by FedEx to them. They will sign it and then they will notarize it, send it back. Yeah, man.
Also, the person who owns the property is overseas and they want
Yeah,
to
man.
buy it from them. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
It can still work.
We do that all. Remember, we sell for a lot of foreigners. A lot of persons who are overseas. They're our clients. They own property here and they're selling it, right? So that's what we do. They don't ever travel to Jamaica. When the sale is closed, then the lawyer sends the funds to them overseas. That's how it goes. Oh, thank you guys. He don't live here. Oh.
Jabale says, sounds like a forum for single and feminist women.
Yes, single and feminist. No, you see, the men have part of my, I should tell you, a little part of my background. My father threw me out when I was 15. So I have learned to be strong for myself. That is just it. I mean, what you live, what you learn. You live what you learn, right? So I've learned to be strong for myself. I've also learned that there are some times when I have to put up my shield and stop people. You understand? From hurting me or from whether it be emotionally, physically, or otherwise. Me alone have to defend that. You understand? So I've learned to be totally dependent on myself, not independent on anybody at all. And it's just experiences being on the road and being boxing around all about a people house a catch. So you learn that kind of a strength. And then I actually went into the army too on top of that. So you learn that kind of strength. I had 20 and I was 17. So yes, I've learned to be an independent woman. Sorry. And even in the relationships, as Tony says, I extract what I need to extract out of it. You know what I'm saying? And date deliberately with a purpose. Not like my daughter them now date with no purpose inside, no goal inside.
Oh, he's cute.
Oh, he look nice. It make me feel good. Sometimes I just want to say, you know. But I them not have my experiences. Maybe I should have kicked them out. That's what I must do. Kick them out. So, awesome, Tony. Please send me the links. Oh, this one. Anil. Oh, thanks. You guys, he don't live there. It's more than one land. He got selling the one. It's 2 million and no paper same way. My favorite paper Anil, don't show your money.
Yeah, buy property with title, man. Save yourself some headache.
Awesome, Tony. Please send me the link, especially Jamaica National. Thank you. Okay, she did post a Jamaica National. O'Neill White, his daughter is a lawyer, and he want me and him to use the same lawyer. No, I suggest you get your own lawyer. You pay your own lawyer to do this transaction. Branjaman, Denise Morgan, that's an important point, especially coming from a woman. Only some people understand these things. Man, them breed some of them women and leave them and take the child. But women, you have to play your part in the relationship as well, right? So you can't get a man who is working out their hard. It's like I always quarrel with the men on the side. So we have I say, guys, I'm picking you up. We're pulling out at 5. Curfew lift 5. We're going to pull out, pick you up. Reach a location by 7. Everybody I drop. Droop. It's Steve. Wow, I bring nothing to eat. So what? I said, hold on. Who you live with your wife, your baby mother, your girlfriend? What's going on? You mean to say them to get up and fry little fritters and little fried dumpling and saltfish and give you?
They don't even pack a glue.
Why Miss D? Them don't even know when me and the come on. Ladies, you have to play your part. So if the man is going to work, it's not easy for work on construction site or the labor work.
Not only that, you want the money at the end of the day from this man.
Yes, you do.
You have to sweet him up to get it.
You have not sweet up, but you have to support. Don't use the word sweet up.
Support.
You have to support because you're already sweet to that man. You don't need nothing else. Because in his eyes, you are sweet. You don't have to do nothing extra.
True.
But you have to support his efforts. Ladies, that is what you're there for, to play a supportive role to the men. If you support your men in the ways that they need to be supported, you will get so much and so more than 100% from that man.
Mhm.
You will, I can tell you. When he comes home, you have a nice dinner waiting for him. You meet him at the gate, the door. You say, baby, how was your day? Give him a hug, give him a kiss. You know what I'm
You know what I
saying?
realized
And
too?
make sure you smell nice and you look good and everything. You know, come on, ladies.
Men
play
brag
role.
when they have a good woman.
Yeah, man,
You
play
can
role.
tell the ones who don't have a good woman.
You can tell, trust me. On the side, you can tell. A pure kiss Tita. When she call him, I'm kiss Tita. What?
Or hold him head.
I'm holding my head. Peace the whole day. The worst one is when them call. So what? You soon come home? Yeah, you gotta stop at the wholesale. Buy a bread. Buy. Oh my.
What she doing so when she can't go buy the bread?
And I'm sure he gave her money. So, ladies, you have to play your role. All right. So Desna says, "Hi, ladies. Our father died and left no will for his land. Our uncle has been paying the land tax and working the land. I understand after a period the land belongs to our uncle. Is that true? 12 years he can claim. However,
It doesn't belong to him, but he can make a claim for it.
Yeah, adverse possession. However, when your father or your mother dies and don't leave a will, people, you can go to the court and do something called administration without will. Find a lawyer and do administration without will. And you must make people pay a property tax for you. You must pay your own property tax. It's online. You want to show them, Tony? Your property tax portal is open. Or you were supposed to show the person how she could find her property tax.
Right.
If she don't know it. So we go back to the NLA site.
From the start.
Noble Girl. Noble Girl says, he can claim to the court for adverse possession, but I suggest you step in, make you do your will and do what you need to do. And he's only been working to ask him to pay. So Noble Girl,
$10.
Fixed or variable interest rate, Jane Bank, which is better at this point? We always give variable rates, I think, not fixed. Devon, true. If any of my 3 stepfathers were alive, they would tell you. Yes, Devon. Branjaman, SMIT. What's that? SMIT. Is that an acronym for something?
Kiss my teeth.
It's my teeth. Oh, me out of me not even know that. Nobody has ever said this to me.
What?
What? This SMIT means kiss my teeth?
In some instances, I don't know if it means something else.
Boys learn different from girls. 90% of women can't think critical as men. That's why men make better leaders, make tougher decisions. Yes, that's why we need you men to step up to the plate and stop shying behind the woman then. Step up, man.
Step up.
Step up. Dwayne Bennett. I will support the children, but if the woman don't have no ambition, she have to move up. Progress, me say. She have to move up or she have to move out.
Move out.
But hold on. She don't have any ambition, right? But remember, you know, ambition means that she have to go to the door, go work, you know. Ambition can mean that she support you too. You understand what I'm saying? You want to buy a truck? She say, yeah, baby, me come with you, come look on the truck. And she look on the truck, and she call up the truck people and see what the best truck, how the truck operates. She do all of that for you so that you can help if you give the information.
Yeah, because some persons don't have any ambition for themselves, but once they're with someone who they love, they have the shared ambition with you.
Right. So she can share your ambitions, share your dreams. And the supporting is what counts, right? Doing. Yeah, that was doing. Safi Anderson. I'd love to be taken care of by a husband, but the quality of so many better have my own. Do guys number change? I tried to call, but no answer. You still got the house at 6.5 in Clarendon. Somebody made an offer yesterday on it, 6.5 million. We got a full offer. So that's gone to the owners already. So that one is now off the market. Tony should update the site. I agree, ladies. Men should be the leaders. Yes, Nicole. True, says Olivia. Good evening. Hi, Lenny. Good evening. Sound like a forum for single men after. Ben's Fair. Oh, did you read this before? Sounds like deja vu.
Someone says, are we all still talking real estate? Yes,
Yeah, we're talking real
estate.
estate. Real estate go hand in hand with relationships.
Men are real estate too.
Yeah, I say to the ladies, is you have to take care of your household, your home.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, you need to take the lead to go and look the real estate to buy and let the man support you with the finances and so on, right? You are the ones who need to take that lead because men will take their money and only buy cars. I kid you not. And put some fingers down those on it. You see old car with some rims. The rims is valued more than the car. They'll do that.
I know, and then they tell you so it's a classic.
Classic. I tell them it's a relic. Dwayne. Must man be the leader? Man must be the leader. Okay, now, genuine gardener. Mix some.
Yeah,
all right. So out of many, where I want says thumbs up. Nicole Levy. Experiences teaches wisdom, Claudia. Yes, it does. And wisdom comes with age. So does experience. So the younger you are, the less experience you have because you don't go through it yet. So like I tell people, I go through recession, depression, pandemic. I go through all of that 4 times now. This is the 4th decade I've been through it. I know much hurricane to beat. When them hurricane I come now, let's watch TV in my house. Right? Because I've been through it.
And I know that you built a strong house.
Yeah, I built a strong house, you know. So you prepare yourself. So experiences, yes, it does teach us wisdom. But part of the thing, we need to pass on the wisdom to our children. So I'm passing on the wisdom to my 2 daughters. They will take heed maybe when they're older and them said, damn, this is what mom was talking about. But of course, I have to make their own choices and their own mistakes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And catch themselves. Dwayne says, man must be the leader, but woman must contribute too. I'd rather be alone than pay all the bills. Are you serious, Dwayne? Dwayne wants a woman to help him to pay the light bill and the water bill.
Dwayne not ready for a woman.
You're not ready for this yet, man.
You need help to pay light bill.
Light bill and water bill. Light bill must be $10,000. Water bill must be $5,000. I tell you this if you pay the mortgage.
Yeah, must be that.
No. Come on, Dwayne. Come on. As bad as my father been used to come and put on the money.
Remember we're hearing this saying, he sounds like he wants a help-up maid.
Yeah, my grandma used to say that.
Help-up maid.
Claudia, don't take a help-up maid. Don't take a mate who want help. Don't take a help-down mate. Take a help-up maid.
Yeah.
So, but Dwayne,
come on. Women are looking for ready done, you know, not soon done.
Tony, where you get that
ready done. Because already have the house, have your job, no for pay your own light bill and water.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that when you come now to marry a woman to take her hand in marriage, you're coming with a little ring. You don't come with no house title. Women, the man must come own him house if you want. Where ma put you?
And he must come with a pay slip.
Yeah.
See how much him earning.
Yeah, he must come with a pay slip. Why you even entertain if the man don't have zero in her life? Well, I had to tell my daughter when she just started the liquor one. There was one particular guy who he turned up at the house in short pants. You know, I said,
it was summer.
I said, what happened to your pants? No, they're going on a dinner date. I said, now she well dressed to the hilt, you know, makeup this and look here that or whatever. And me say, where you not dressed for the date? I said, where's your pants? Oh, you know, say, we never have the time, you know. Somebody said, but this day plan over a week now. You're not prepared for the date. You know what I mean? You're not prepared. I said, no. So anyway, she did it. I said, listen, Rachel, this man cannot even buy baby feeding. He cannot buy a pants, much less buy baby feeding. Don't go there. Don't go there. So come on, Dwayne. You want a woman to come and contribute to light bill and water bill and you're crazy. Anil, oh thank you guys. Appreciate it a lot. Now, if you need a woman for help you pay light bill and water bill and those things, then I'm not gonna buy a house.
Alright.
I'm not gonna buy a house.
Exactly.
If you're not 2.5 you put together for buy them, for pay them the little baby bills. No.
Trina says, my father used to pay all the bills because he said man must look after his family. Still, yet he had outside children looking after. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
But he knew his
But he know him
responsibility, his household.
Should I put this on? He knows his responsibility.
Mm.
Everybody remember we're on YouTube Live. We can't take any question and phone calls right now. Well, stay home, don't work, and allow men to get the jobs and thus have the resources to take care of you. Zim Zim says that. Are you a male or female? Stay home, don't work, and allow. The problem is with our Jamaican men, they would not be able to do the jobs because they're not qualified. So we have a workforce of men that did not stay long enough in schools. And hence cannot take up opportunities.
We have to start from Xander's age group to reshape the generation of men that's coming forward in Jamaica.
Yeah, we have.
Because there's something wrong happening from they leave the womb to they get to age 18. There's something breaking down in that.
There's a lot of breakdown. Part of it is no men in the home. The
No
other
fathers,
part, yes, the other part of it is the migration of the parents, leaving them with granny, auntie, and this, that, right? So we have a lot of misfits going on. Out of many were ones, an exclusive mortgage rates.
And I don't think the women of sons realize that they have a responsibility to raise good, strong, adaptable men because they're the ones who's going to help push the nation forward.
Yeah, they don't realize they have a responsibility. Desna says, you too not easy. Safi wants to know, any exclusive mortgage interest rates coming out 6.5 and under. 6.5. Remember, we told you, Jamaica National is at 6.5 now. They're giving you 100% financing. What's the other thing you're getting? 6.5%, 100% financing. You're getting parallel life insurance. You pay for that. It's not free, but it's included. Was there anything else?
I can't recall.
You're getting 100% financing. So
Jamaicans living in Jamaica.
Yeah, so the men, you're getting 100% financing now. So you must can go buy a house, pay the light, pay the mortgage, pay the water, pay the property tax.
And
my money is to go on vacation.
Because if your wife at home, she's going to need Netflix.
Yeah, she's going to need Netflix. Cut the rubbish. Stephen, good evening. I'm late. Was at work. Hi, Stephen. Thanks for joining us. Please, ladies, psychologist, and studied and shown and proven that women are way smarter than men.
Yeah, but men are physically stronger.
I consider myself, to be honest, yes, I do consider myself smarter than my daughter, them father. I was a smart one, right? But them earn more than me still, simply because them older than me too. So them was a little ahead of me. But now I earn more. Outpace them, right? But I was able to use their knowledge, their resources, their finances. If them never leave, them leave us and them gone for the better and gone for the worse.
They would have been much better off.
They would have been much better off. But anyway, that's for them. Benjamin, I agree with Dwayne. Yes, Benjamin, go and look at woman help people like it. Out of many where
Oh, it means what?
What it means? Sucking my teeth. Oh. Stephen Walker, you don't miss anything. They're talking about relationship. Hi, Claudia and Tony. Do you need to have a lawyer to buy a piece of land in Jamaica? How do I know if I'm getting value for money? Would you suggest I get my own valuation done?
Yes.
Usually the buyer does do a valuation.
Yes.
Yes, even when you're buying into a development, you do a valuation. Even if you're buying a development, you're getting a loan. So if I'm buying into a development, I'm not taking a loan. I don't do a valuation.
Because if you're buying into a development with 300 houses and the 300 houses are selling at the same price and there's 3 other persons willing to buy it at that price, then that is the value.
That's the value.
That's a market value.
Right. But if you're buying outside of a development, a new development, you're buying on the road, somebody selling back them property, yes, you get a valuation. The bank requires a valuation. And sometimes I'll buy without a valuation. If I'm buying cash, because I'm in real estate, I kind of can judge a value, a property that's worth it or not worth it. But then I'm in real estate. I look at properties every day, right? But you are not in real estate. You're not looking at properties every day. So if you're buying, yes, get a valuation. Don't take my word for it that it value that.
Mm-hmm.
My father, and sometimes I've also bought. So I bought a property a couple years ago. Them asked 4.5. I paid 5.5
Mm-hmm.
because every 10 million people are bid on the place. We just outbid them and get it.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you'll buy a good piece of property, a prime piece of property, you will be outbidded on it. Nicole said, Claudia, you have the weak short pants on a date. Exactly. That's the thing I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So, no. I'm in a position now to buy a house from when I was 18. This was my dream woman. I have to do something that's just me. What doing? I don't understand the question. I'm in a position now to buy a house. From when I was 18, this was my dream. Good. Woman have to do something. That's just me. Oh, so from you were 18,
I think the
you
situation.
wanted to buy a house.
Mm-hmm.
I was 18. It was your dream to buy a house from you were 18. Okay. So when you buy the house now, you want the woman to do something.
I don't think these men realize that it's not women supposed to go and look the men in her. The men needs to go and look her, propose to her, and take her into his home.
And he's supposed to take care of her.
And
I don't want to take her anymore. Must take care of her.
That's why you are the ones who get down on your knee and propose.
Exactly. And that's why God make you first. Not the other way around.
Right.
So come on, guys. So why you want a woman to walk beside you, lead in front of you and all these things? Come on, you're the leader.
No. Here, the fun part is when they say, my woman is equal to me. She must have her own job. She must have her own car. She must be able to pay half of the mortgage, all the utilities, half of the food. And then he says, but I'm the man of the house.
Yeah. So you don't want to share no decision, but you don't want to share the bills. But you want to be the man of the house. At least pay more of the vacation fee then. Man can't do it all. Plus have for a rainy day. Yes. My money is to do the nice things, the extra things that the family will benefit from. You know, like as you said, the vacations. Maybe driving a nicer car. You know what I'm saying?
Having a vacation home.
Yeah, having a vacation home. That is what I would bring, and of course, be the support for everybody. You know, you have children that you need to take to school. Children come in, them need them dinner, them need them homework sorted. If a woman go out there to have seen these children suffer because the two parents are them not a helper. The two of them, the kids go to school by themselves.
You know what I realized when I was in school? The children who had fathers at home, it was such a difference in terms of when homework assignment and school projects and all those things were being done. Yeah. And we have extracurriculars and the parents came out to celebrate the children's achievement. You could tell who had fathers or who had mothers who were dedicating their time to be doing those things.
Yeah. I mean, I dedicated a lot of time. But it's good to have the support of the men. And this is what I'm saying, but we need you to lead the family. You cannot have a ship and there is no leader. You must have a leader, and it is important that the man is the leader. As somebody says, you're more balanced, you can make better decisions, you're more rational. Women tend to be very emotional. Even hear me and Tony talk now, so we're emotional about it, right?
We have a ship and it's pure passenger.
Yeah, okay, you have a ship and a pure passenger. Where the captain there for the ship? Where the man are gonna tell you, say, come Claudia, we need to bail off of this, or we need to go in the river. Where is that person? Yeah, me and the woman, yeah, look to do that. Come on. We're on the ship and we're going to help you to row the ship, steer the children in good stead. That's our job. We're the support role, right? But we can't support you if we're toe to toe. We have to think about the light bill, the water bill.
And we can't support if we think you're equal enough.
What do you mean you can't support it?
You can't support if you think they're equal. You need to think they're superior.
You want the man?
Yeah.
Well, so no man am cussing about superiority. But the truth is you really should look up to your man, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should look up to your man. You shouldn't feel so don't try no with him that you cuss him out and disrespect him and show him not even can't pay the light bill. Light bill come and look on the landlord, the tenant landlord there, the door and knock. Man, come on. No.
Gosh, I feel sorry for these men sometimes. Yeah.
Why are you sorry for them? They must step up to the plate.
Their existence is hard. Especially when they're dealing with Jamaican women. think Jamaican women, we expect so much, and get so little that it has hardened us.
It has hardened us because we work too hard.
Yeah.
And get too little, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dwayne.
All
right, so far. Thanks, Maxine. Violet. I know a man who visited JA 4 years ago. A woman. The Violet says, I know a woman who visited JA 4 years ago. Met a man. He never worked a day in his life. At him there. I don't understand that. He never worked a day in his life. As somebody said, new age thinking. But that's not me.
Oh, she's taking care of this man and he doesn't work?
A day
is he supporting her and taking care of the children?
I would hope so. Sandra, words of wisdom. Leonie, uno no easy. At least pay more of the vacation fee then. Man can't do it all. Plus save for
she bought a house in Stonebrook Manor and put him in there. She's from Canada. Was really, really love this man. Stella got her groove back scenario.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Let's hope she don't get the end like Stella. Mm-hmm. It didn't work out well for Stella in the end.
Somebody says these men fall in the 7% of men in the world. Jamaicans have a different mindset, y'all.
Rachel Campbell, do you have a 9 million house in Portmore? No, we don't. 9 million? No, we don't. Only housing agency of Jamaica have those prices. Cash is what the person wants to buy it for. Rachel? Cash? Oh, for the 9 million? No, we don't have a 9 million. Olivia, if we have a 9 million to be in Waterford.
At this point.
At this price point. To be in Waterford.
9 million used to could buy so much in Portmore, but the values have just, as Kingston gets more expensive, Portmore gets more expensive.
Olivia wants to know what is your advice to someone returning to Jamaica with 30 million. I would like to know best to invest and survive. 30 million. You have a house already, Olivia?
They're returning.
You have, or are you going to pay rent? It's cheaper to rent actually. So you could probably keep your 30 million in your pocket and rent.
Really?
Rent in a gated community on the North Coast. Yeah.
But how long does 30 million really last you for?
No.
You need probably about 200,000 a month.
What is going to be a budget for the month? 200,000? 30 million divided by 200,000. How much money is that? You can do the maths, yeah.
It's off.
Oh, it's off. One big Ari family. The funny thing is that men who have their stuff together don't even care about that. They'll even take a woman who is illiterate and have her take care of the home. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Men don't care about that. When my hi to me, I have nothing.
He didn't.
I like zero.
Yeah, pretty looks and youth.
I never
something, man. Pretty looks and youth.
I never have nothing. But them never care. Mm-hmm. Them like me and them take care of me. That's all you want. You don't want and of course I never abuse them or abuse it, but I made sure that I extracted what I needed to have extracted for myself. Because nothing lasts forever, guys.
But these men who expect you to pay half of everything are really stressing enough for the relationship.
Stressful enough. I'm gonna tell you something, I prefer stay by myself.
I know these men who watch every penny.
Yeah, every penny.
Like they don't know when I must go to work.
Every nickel. Yeah, watch. Come on. Pay half of the light bill. Pay half of the rent. Pay half. We see the Miss in a Judge Judy court. If we had a court like that in Jamaica, that's where it would have been. Who have their stuff together don't even care. That's true. They don't care. These men fall in the 7% of men in the world. Jamaicans have a different mindset, yeah. Just because we're a black woman who want to walk with soul case. Pick up a white woman and see if we make she work so hard. First thing, she couldn't even go in her son. First thing that. Nicole Levy. Why everybody calling? They don't know I'm on YouTube live.
No, they don't.
Let me turn on the phone.
Mommy, you actually need to do your PowerPoint.
Oh, what time is it? 4:45. Whoa. 2 more questions. Andrew. Nicole. It's natural, Claudia and Tony. If we have a good man doing all these things, we will help naturally. But of course, there are good men in Jamaica still. Huh?
There are good men in Jamaica still.
Needle in a haystack. Men appreciate that. One big Arab family. In Japan, once a woman gets pregnant, they stop working. You have to dedicate time to children up to 3 years. Yes.
See? 3 years.
3 years. Tell them black woman man I did that. The mom, I said, have baby, you have to go work.
3 months.
Because the mama said, walk up here the light bill.
Not only that, while you're having that baby in that 3 months period, they still want you to do everything.
Yeah. Tony, let's get on to. All right, so we're going to look at notices
to quit.
To quit.
You want to let them out?
Notices to quit. Tony don't want to get in a brata today, and so she want me to get on with this.
Oh, we have another meeting afterwards.
We have another meeting. This is a long session. All right, but I don't think I can do this in 15 minutes, actually.
Oh, it's long?
Yeah. Notice to quit, everybody.
Where is the slideshow?
So remember, last week we did adverse possession, where if somebody's on a property over 12 years, for individuals over 12 years, they can go to court and apply to get the property. They have to be on government lands for 40 years before they can apply. Now, some of you may be in that position, so you might need to be giving some people notice to vacate your property, right? But let's look at some of the things that. No, you can also have a tenant. So it's not just somebody who take over. Somebody who was a tenant is a tenant in your premises. Them stop parent and them doing all kind of things. You need to get rid of them as well. You have to do so under the. I think my slides are backward, but I can't switch it again. All right, so these, if you're a landlord now, these are the 4 things that you need to do. The covenants: keep the premises in a tenantable position, state of repair, and observe reasonable standards of maintenance. 6, to permit the tenant on his paying rent and fulfilling his other obligations under the tenancy, peaceably and quietly to occupy and enjoy the premises, without interruption by the landlord or any person rightfully claiming under or in trust for him. So you mustn't disturb the tenant or set your dog on them or anything like that. To pay punctually at all times all the rates and taxes payable by him in respect of the premises. So when they say taxes, they mean property taxes. When they say rates, they mean water rates. So the water bill, everybody, runs with the land. So if a tenant is not paying that water bill, you, the landlord, will have to pay it, right? It's part of the law. To indemnify and save a tenant harmless from any loss arising from any act, negligence, or default of the landlord, his servants, or his agent. So these are the 4 things that the landlord agrees to. The tenant now, when them come into the property, them agree to keep the premises in good order and condition. Fair wear and tear is expected. They are expected to pay the rent on the due date. They're expected to keep the premises in a sanitary condition and to refrain from any conduct which is a nuisance or annoyance to adjoining occupiers. They're to refrain from cutting down, injuring, or destroying without the landlord's consent any trees standing on the premises, and to refrain from causing damage to any part of the premises. Now, the cutting down of trees can be a challenge. I've seen that being a challenge in rented premises. When you're renting a premises, you are not to cut down the tree without the written consent of, or the explicit consent of the landlord. You're also not to burn rubbish at the tree trunk to destroy the tree, right? You mustn't do that. You're also to refrain from using the amenities of the premises in a wasteful manner, to permit the landlord or his agents at all reasonable times to enter upon and inspect the premises and the state and condition of every part thereof and carry out necessary repairs. So you are to allow, so the landlord calls you and says, I want to inspect my premises next week, Monday. You are to allow the landlord to do that, come in and inspect and repair. Not to sublet the premises or any part thereof without the prior consent in writing of the landlord. If, while owing rent on the premises, he proposes or is obligated to vacate. Sorry, everybody.
Let's see.
Is obligated to vacate to notify the landlord prior to vacating or within a reasonable time thereafter of the arrangements made for the payment of the rent and of the address of which, if necessary, process for recovery of rent may be served. Some people run away with the landlord money and don't leave no notice where them going. Not to do that. Now, let's see. Notice to quit. So this is what we're talking about. You have somebody on the premises who you need to give a notice. Now, these are people who you rent to. So this fall under the Rent Restriction Act, right? Section 25, subsection 26. No order or judgment for restrictions, the recovery of possession of any controlled premises or possession, respect of a notice to quit, given or proceedings commenced before or after the commencement of this act, be made or given unless it meets these obligations. Some rent lawfully due from a tenant has not been paid for at least 30 days after it becomes due. So the tenant's rent is due on the 1st of January. He does not pay the rent up to the 30th of January. He still has not paid the rent. You can only give the notice on February 1. So you cannot give rent due for January 1 and him don't pay, and January 3 come, you cannot give him a notice. You have to wait for 30 days for the rent not to be paid for at least 30 days after it becomes due. All right, so you can give the notice February 1. And then when you give a notice February 1, there's some other things you have to make sure he gets 30 clear days notice before that.
So he starts owing 2 months rent.
You caught, but we're not going to get into that now. But just give the notice after the 30 days and it's not paid, right? Mm-hmm. Give it right away. Don't make a phone call and wait for the rent and then 2, 3, 4 months pass. No, give the notice. B, some of the obligation of the tenancy, whether express or implied, and whether under the contract of tenancy or under this act, so far as the same is consistent with the provision of the act, has been broken or not performed. And in the case of non-performance of any such obligation by the tenant has been in default for at least 30 days or more. The tenant or any person residing or lodging with him or being his subtenant has been guilty of conduct which is a nuisance or annoyance to the adjoining occupiers. Like them have a pit bull that barking incessantly and killing the neighbor posts or them something, you can give them notice. Or has been convicted of using the premises or allowing the premises to be used for an immoral or illegal purpose. So if them run their race in the backyard and raise pit bull and them take your place for a dog kennel with one dog bag of dog, you can give them notice, right? And the neighbors are complaining. If them run their smoke ganja and make noise, play their music loud, and yeah, those things. The premises has, in the opinion of the court, deteriorated or become insanitary owing to acts of waste by or the neglect or default of the tenant or any such person. And where such person is a lodger or subtenant, the court is satisfied that the tenant has not, before the making or giving of the order or judgment, taken such steps as he ought reasonably to have taken for the removal of the lodger or subtenant. All right, so it's the place is leaking and the tenant didn't tell you that it was leaking. Before you know it, the board rat and all of that, everything drop out. You can give a tenant notice. The tenant has given notice to quit, and in consequence of that notice, the landlord has contracted to sell or let the dwelling house or let or rent the dwelling house, or has taken any other steps as a result of which he would, in the opinion of the court, be reasonably prejudiced if he could not obtain possession. So the tenant gave you notice to quit, and because he gave you notice that he was leaving at the end of the month, you get into a contract with somebody who wants to buy the place, or you get into a contract with somebody who wants to rent the place, right? And the person pay a deposit and all of that. So if the court don't give you the place, you would be prejudiced. So you would be able to give the notice to quit. The premises being a dwelling house or a public or commercial building are reasonably required for the landlord for 1, occupation as a residence for himself, so the landlord wants to live there, or some person wholly dependent on him, so his children or his mother, father, his husband, wife wants to live there, or for any person bona fide residing or to reside with him, or for some persons, it's whole-time employment. So if I have a staff member and I want the staff member to live at one of my houses, but it's tenanted, I can also give the tenant notice to quit. To you or to be used by him for business, trade, or professional purpose, or a combination of the purposes in the paragraph. The premises, or it can be for the premises being building, land, are reasonably required for the landlord. The erection of a building to be used for any purpose specified in paragraph E, to use by him for business, trade, or professional purposes not involving the erection of a building, or a combination of such. The premises or any portions thereof have been compulsory required under the Land Acquisition Act or required for the purposes of approved scheme under the Housing Act. Now, they can compulsory acquire your land. Government can compulsory take your land if they're going to do things like build highways. They want it for a public hospital, a public, whatever the purpose the government has decided that, hey, I need this spot because I want to build a dam, whatever it is, but it's for the public good, for all of us good. They can compulsory acquire your land and pay for it, right? So you would be able to give the tenants notice. The premises being a dwelling house or a public or commercial building are required for the purpose of being repaired, improved, or rebuilt. The premises being a dwelling house are required for occupation as a residence by a former tenant who gave up occupation in consequence of his service in any of Her Majesty's forces during the war. So if we call a war right now and the person had to leave, give you notice and had to leave, and the person come back from war, then them can ask. You can give the new person in it notice because this other person come back and want the place, come back from war and want to re-rent the place. Or the premises are required for the public purposes. So if it is that something is happening, the government needs to command this building for whatever reason, then yes, you, the landlord, will have to give the tenant notice to leave so the government can use the building. Or the dwelling house, or the public or commercial building, or the building erected by the tenant on building land, as the case may be, is required by law to be demolished. Or the tenant has sublet or parted with the possession of the whole or any part of the premises without either obtaining the consent of the landlord or being expressly authorized by or under the tenancy agreement or lease. So if you have subletted the people's place without their consent, they can give you notice to leave. Or the tenant of a dwelling house or of a building land on which the building erected by the tenant is used or is intended to be used mainly as a dwelling, uses the house or building mainly for business, trade, or professional purposes without either obtaining the consent of the landlord or being authorized by or under the tenancy agreement or lease. So the landlord can also give notice. The tenant has been offered by the landlord in writing a new tenancy. So I have a building and I want you to leave, and I give you a new tenancy at a higher rent, which is this is permissible under the law, under the act, but otherwise on the same terms as the existing tenancy. So everything else is the same except the rent has raised, and has failed to accept such an offer in writing within a reasonable time, then I give you notice to vacate the place, right? Another one, a dwelling house has been let to the tenant in the employment of the landlord on condition that the tenancy shall subsist only during the continuance of such employment. So if I rent one of my workers a room in one of my buildings that I have, then if the work finish, I can give them notice to quit, right? Or only until the expiration of the period, not exceeding 1 month after the termination of such employment. So you can go up to 1 month after the termination of the employment. And the employment has been terminated or such period has expired, as the case may be. All right. A dwelling house has been let to a tenant in the employment of the landlord in consequence of that employment. And the employment has determined, meaning finished, or the landlord has offered the tenant alternative accommodation. And unless in addition in any such case as aforesaid, the court asks to make the order or give the judgment considered it's reasonable to make such an order and to give such a judgment. So yes, the court can override all of this. So even if you don't find a reason here, give notice and then go to the court. If it's going to present a hardship to the landlord, then yes, the court can give the judgment, right? So let's show them now the notice itself that they're going to write. Some persons don't know how to write the notice, but I'm going to just show you. So the notice forms are at the back of the act. So Tony, you can bring up. No, don't want to use that one. So go to the real estate, the rent, the board now, the rent. What's it called? What's the board called? The rent board.
Rent board? Or the website?
Yeah, go to the rent board. So we're going to go to the rent board. So those of you that dispute with a tenant-landlord dispute, you don't have to go to court straight away. You can go to what's called the rent board in Jamaica, right? And they can act for you. And they usually get a quicker date than the court. You want possession, though. You want possession. You go to the court. If you want them to pay your rent or them damage something in your house, then you go to the rent board. Rent board. Now, the rent board on their side, you have a copy of the notice that you're going to serve to the tenant or to the squatter. Tenant or the squatter. Now, the rent board facilitates both landlords and tenants. When the board receives a complaint, whether from a landlord or a tenant, no action is taken until both parties have been consulted. Problems involving arrears of rent, refund of rent, and the legal increases are dealt with by the tribunal. Landlords and tenants should go straight to court with problems. The tribunal has the same power as the RM court. I find that yes, if it is arrears in rent, refund of rent, legal increases and so on, you go to the rent board. If you want possession, you want back your property, go to the court, as the court is the only one who can give the eviction order. So the notice to quit is here. Those of you who don't have internet and can print this down for yourself, it's also sold for a very small fee. Maybe I don't even know how much it's sold for. But it's in the bookstores, it's in the bookstores, it's in the pharmacies. You can go to the pharmacies and just ask them for a notice paper, we call it. Just ask them for a notice paper. If they said that, then they know what you're talking about. So it says, I, the undersigned, give you notice to quit and deliver up possession of. So here, so you're going to write 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom dwelling house, or you write apartment, a 1-bedroom apartment or a 2-bedroom apartment, whatever it is, right? The premises at 4 Wellington Glade Street. So this is where I put the address, everybody, right here. When it says possession of, it means what it is. A 1-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, a 3-bedroom. The premises at 3 Wellington Street in the parish of St. Catherine or St. Andrew, in respect of which you are a tenant on, right here says that people get confused. This is where you must put the date when you want them to give up the tenant, your place. Not today's date.
Oh.
Down here says where you put today's date. Dated this, today's what date?
So that must be 30 days from.
Hold on, I want to explain. Today's what date? Today's the 3rd, today's the 15th. We don't even know the date because we're not keeping track. We're just working.
25th.
Today's 25th already? Wow.
End of month.
So dated this 25th day of July 2021, signed by you, served by, no, it may be signed by me, the landlord, Claudia Davis, served by Tony and Beatrice. So when you're serving, you're to make sure, bring me the notice, Tony. I need to go to the overleave, but I don't think this give me the overleave. Where's the back of this form?
In 1 moment.
So see overleave for the use of the form. All right. So you're to put here, right here is where I was. So it is, I understand, give notice to quit and deliver all possession of 2-bedroom townhouse, the premises at 10 Marcus Garvey Drive, Kingston 6, in the parish of St. Andrew, in respect of which you are a tenant on the date when they must give a possession is here. So now how you know the date that they must give a possession? Remember, I said you have to give 30 clear days notice before the next rent due, technically. So let us say the rent is due January 1. You can't give no notice between January 1 and the 30th. 30 days in June and November. 31st. January 31st. So you can't give any notice between January 1 and the 31st of January. You can't. Because you have to wait 30 days. But you can give the notice February 1. But if you give the notice February 1 or February 2, you have not given them 30 clear days notice before the next rent is due. So technically, right here, the rent is due January 1 and I didn't pay the rent. This has to say March 30. Because you have to give March 30. Yeah, because the rent due January 1, then February 1 come, and it don't pay, and that's a rent, that is a date that it due. So you're not give them 30 days. So you have to give them March 30, so that you give them 30 clear days before the next rent due. So which is why Tony was saying them end up in your house January, February, March. So them get 3 free months rent. That's why it's important that you do this notice once the 30 days is up and them don't pay the rent, everybody. You must give the notice for the next rent date. So it is, so let us say it was the rent is due the 5th of the month, which is the 5th of January. You have to wait 30 days. So literally that's going to take you up to the 4th of February, somewhere there. You write the notice on the 5th of February. But this date here must say the 30th of March. That way, the rent due the 5th of March, but you would get a notice from the 5th of February. So them have more than 30 days before the next rent due March 5th. Get it? Some people still not going to get it. But just think about it. You need to give them 30 clear days before the rent is due. Before the next rent is due. Right? In which you're a tenant. So this must be 30 clear days before the next rent is due, as long as you remember that. Now this is a notice paper. Who bought this in the bookstore? How much you pay for this? Don't know. But if you don't go to the bookstore, this is where it is. And on the back of it, probably better you buy it in the bookstore because it reminds you of what it is, what you can do. So helpful hints to landlords as to the proper completion of this. So you can give, they tell you the notice to quit. They tell you
the reasons.
Right. The reasons. So on the back of it tells you some stuff, right? So as I say, you buy this a little bit of money in there. So there's no reason for you not to give anybody notice because you have the paper here. You don't have to run to the lawyer to write this notice. You write this yourself.
Does it say you have to serve at a specific time?
No.
Like
does it
say like you can't serve on weekends or after 6
Well, I wouldn't serve on a weekend and I wouldn't serve after 6. I'd serve in the day. You can also serve the notice by putting it on the door. So you go there, the person not there, put it on the door, you sign it, you put the date when it's served, same way. Oh, you seen it there. So you put the date when it's served, you sign it, you put served by, so whoever served it. You can also give this to a process server. If you need a process server, can give you a name of a gentleman who we use as a process server. So you don't have to physically go to the location to serve the notice. You can actually give it to somebody else, right? Right, so it says it here. A notice to quit residential premises ought to give at least 1 month's notice, which is why I said 30 days notice, which must be a full rental month and should expire the day before a new rent month begins, which is why I said the rent, the due date here so should be March 30, because the next rent is going to due March 1. And if you write the notice the 2nd of February, you would have given them the full month of March for the notice. Because you have to give them one whole rent month. And should expire the day before a new rent is due. So you can't make it April 1. This day can't be April 1 if the rent is due January 1. So this date at no time must be the due date of your rent. It must be the day before the due date, and it must be one whole month you give them. All right? The day before a new rent month.
Lando says, oh boy, landlords don't stand a chance.
Why don't stand a chance? Yeah, 3 months. They have 3 months backup rent. Doesn't care. But don't write a notice. If rent is due on the 1st of the month, the notice must be prepared and served on the tenant before the 30th or just at the end of the month to be expired by the 30th or the 31st of the next month. All right? So here some must not have date that the rent is due, or you're not going, court not going to allow that. You're going to have to go back and give a proper notice. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, there's a few.
Or a few? Somewhat similar to that of the US, somebody says. Good.
Somebody has asked if you have any 2-bedroom homes for rent in St. Andrew.
Is there a question here, sir? For rent? No, we don't have any rentals, no. Can you file the paperwork through the court from overseas to get possession of your property from a tenant? Or do you need to use a lawyer to represent you? Use a process server. Use somebody running up and down in the courthouse. You don't really need a lawyer for that. You need to give somebody a power of attorney. You can't even give somebody, one of your family members, a power of attorney, which is fairly simple to do. Power of attorney, and they will go and represent you in court. You don't really need a lawyer to represent you for recovery of possession. But if you have the money, you can pay the lawyer. Or you use a process server. What suppose if you need somebody to act on your behalf to get somebody out of your premises, right? Anything else? Anything on?
Someone says, I inherited a 3-bed house in Hague near the stadium. I invested 1.3 million JMD in rehab in the house. The house is like new. I'm having trouble finding suitable tenants who can afford the rent. Should I look at Airbnb? Should I allow the tenant to sublet? It's for 60,000.
So if you can find a tenant for sublet?
Yeah, maybe like 3 persons paying 20,000 a piece. Rent out the rooms.
Rusty Willow. What's Rusty Willow?
That's their name.
Oh, in Hague, near the stadium. The stadium there. Is it a Airbnb is tricky if it's not gated.
Where's Hague?
I don't know.
That's Clarendon?
Which stadium is this? Hague near the stadium. I know 2 stadiums. One is in Kingston, so that's not it. Other stadium is in Trelawney. Is it Trelawney you're talking about? Is this a gated community?
Have they answered any more questions?
Because maybe your rent is too high for the area. So I tell people Trelawney, rent is cheap. Rusty Willows, what's the rent cost?
60,000.
Or you are asking that? You know, allow the tenant to sublet. You possibly could. So that you have a tenant or you don't get a tenant yet. Maybe what you should have done is split up the house.
Oh, it's in Trelawney.
Yeah.
Is it Hague Housing Scheme?
Trelawney, rent cheap. People renting in the gated fell 40,000.
Still? That prices went up.
No man, people are renting on the gated fell 40. So the rent might be too high. The law relating to rent increase is 7.5% per year. This is great information. The tenant landlord in Jamaica is somewhat similar. Land up, boy, oh boy, landlords don't stand a chance. Serena, Claudia, can you file the paperwork to the court from this already?
Andrew wants to know, how can you know if the landlord overpriced you as a tenant.
By the other people, what them paying in the market, what they paying in the area.
And it has to be someone who is renting at the same time as you.
The same time, yeah. If you're renting for a little while, so landlords in Jamaica are not very good at raising the rent. So sometimes you'll be in a property all 5 years and you're paying the same rent from when you just came.
Mm-hmm.
But
which in truth, they should be able to get a 7.5% increase each year.
Every year. But landlords don't do that. So the new person coming to rent beside you will pay a higher rent than you there 5-10 years.
I think that's it with the questions.
Is there a property where value calculator for land in Jamaica? What is the value of a quarter acre lot in Red Hills? Bought for 5 million in. Let's look at Red Hills and see what's selling. Where in Red Hills? Which section of Red Hills? Can a real estate agent serve the notice? Chances are, as a real estate agent, put the tenant in there, but them not going to serve the notice.
No, not all the time.
Yeah, sometimes. So, use a process server, somebody totally independent.
And someone who knows the courthouse.
And somebody who knows the court, right? That's what you want. Somebody who knows the court. Shereen says, thanks for your opinion. Thank you. Well, renting Kingston 20, what would that rent be? We're in Kingston 20. We have Patrick City, Duane Park. Patrick City rent more than Duane Park. Where is this Kingston 20? You have Hugh and Den. Even there's Kingston 20?
Not sure.
Some places rent for more. Washington Boulevard may go for more than Washington Gardens will command more rent than a Duane Park or a Corville. So it just depends on where.
There's a 2-1 for 55, Hemingway Crescent.
Kingston 20.
And there's that same 2-1 for 82,000.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it just depends on where in Kingston 20.
Depends on where, yeah. Santia 3 views 130. And it's a 1-bedroom, 1 bath.
This is new.
It's a new complex.
Pretty though.
Mm-hmm. It's an apartment. So it depends on what you're renting, really. Let's look at the Trelawney.
Oh, this is nice. It's furnished.
Yeah, it's furnished. So furnished will go more for that unfurnished. She says Duane Park. Well, we don't say anything for rent. Let me see. Hemingway Crescent is in Duane Park.
There is a Hemingway Crescent in Duane Park, but I'm not sure if this is the one.
Find that property. This
is Duane Park.
This is Duane Park. Left balling. Hold on. Go back to public. Let me see if it's a half side or if it's a whole house. It's a flat. It's a half side. Yeah, this is a half side. Yeah. You only rented a half side.
I did a nice little renovation.
Yeah. So they're asking. 55. Go to Trelawney. Is there a list of process servers? No. Go to the courthouse. Any courthouse. And you'll see them outside asking for work.
Where is Hague? Where in Trelawney is that? Palma?
I don't know. Just bring up Trelawney and bring up rent. Anything for rent. You have for rent only. 35,000 Duncans, 1 bed. Stonebrook Manor, that's gated, 70,000. Stonebrook again, gated 85.
They're all Stonebrook.
Stonebrook. Everybody get them out of Stonebrook rent. Ouch. It depends. You can't command the rent if you're not gated.
It's a studio for 35.
Yeah. Days on the market 13. All right, everybody, we don't have any more questions. The WhatsApp was Jack if you want a process server. We'll send you his number right now. I don't think you have any more questions, Tony.
No, I think that's it. All right.
I think that's it. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for joining us today. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Today was exciting, though, the conversation.
The conversation about the men. Men versus women.
Shouldn't be that way, though.
No, it should work together.